Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a review for you today. From Marvel Comics, we're going to be talking about Joe Fixit, issue number 1. It is written by Peter David, art by Yildiray Çinar, colors by Dee Cunniffe, and letters by VC's Ariana Maher. I know I mispronounced some of those names. It's no disrespect at all. It's just how I'm trying to read them. But before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, share this, do whatever you feel like doing, But I really do love the comments, the likes, definitely the views. So Joe Fixit. All honesty, I have no knowledge of Joe Fixit besides the fact that he existed in the Marvel Universe. I know how, technically he got started, but I never understood how he actually existed in the Marvel Universe. I figured he was just another Hulk or something like that, like the Red Hulk or She-Hulk, but that is not the case. The story goes that when the Hulk was originally getting the gamma radiation that turned him into the Green Hulk, there was a brief period of time when the Hulk was gray and more intelligent than just the regular Hulk. And that's what this story plays on. Incidentally, the writer of this comic is also the one who kind of started that origin story for Joe Fixit, Peter David. The book does give you a quick synopsis of how Joe Fixit actually lives in the Marvel Universe, and basically he is stationed in Las Vegas. He works for a man that I'm drawing the blank at, but I'll give you his name in a little bit. But that's kind of how the book starts out. This is at an airport, and it's kind of like this it's being seen on a TV screen, but we're just up close and personal with it. But it's this announcer, and he's who is Joe Fixit? He was you might have heard, the question. A lot of Las Vegas regulars know him, and it kind of goes on, and it's a Peter Parker, and he's watching the advertisement on TV as shown right there. But of course he's running with Joe Fixit, and it even gives you the issue where they first ran into each other. I'm trying to see where that is. It actually said somewhere. It said The Incredible Hulk issue 349 if you're interested in checking that out. But the news does give little, the news report does give there's some body cam footage of this one time Joe Fixit saved a cop from a robber or something like that, and there's another body cam where him and the man that and it's Mr. Getty is who Joe Fixit works for. But you can see he's crossing the road right here. A bank robber was robbing a bank trying to get away, and he happened to, trying to cross at the wrong time. He slams into Joe Fixit. Bam! He probably did. Well, basically, those are the things that you need to know about Joe Fixit, and the book pretty much lets you know that real quick, that basically he works for this guy, Mr. Getty. He's an enforcer for him, and he has this established life in Las Vegas. It also does mention that this also plays off of how the Hulk, Bruce Banner, was always worried about the Hulk screwing up his life. This is the opposite, where Joe Fixit is more worried about Bruce Banner messing up his life, the life that he's built in Las Vegas. So we're back to Peter Parker, and he's at the airport, and all of a sudden a spider sense goes off. We quickly find out that it is the Kingpin, and when I found out it was the Kingpin, I was like, oh, heck yeah. The book quickly plays out that the Kingpin is there to talk to Mr. Getty, that he has some issue with these people called the Magi, or the Magi, something like that. And supposedly, under his understanding, Mr. Getty has the same dislike for this group and has come to kind of join alliances. And basically, Peter Parker, he's, sees Kingpin, knows that there's going to be trouble lingering behind this, and it puts a spider tracker on Kingpin's shoulder and follows him to where he's going. But Peter Parker quickly, Spider-Man quickly figures out that he's going to the Coliseum, where none other than Joe Fixit works. And the book after this kind of plays out as Spider-Man kind of having the biggest joke ever, inside his head, because he knows how things are going to play out. Kingpin's going to roll in here and try and muscle up everything, and he's going to meet Joe Fixit and not know that Joe Fixit is the Hulk. And yeah, but so Kingpin does arrive here and does meet with Mr. Berengeti. And one of the things that doesn't go as planned is Mr. Berengeti informs Wilson Fisk that the pact or whatever doesn't need to be done because his group has already taken care of the Magi, or he says Joe Fixit took care of the Magi, and that's pretty much all that needs to be said. And he issues like Kingpin, to have a nice night and bye. Kingpin does not, take kindly to this and gets all, pissed off, breaks a desk. Right there, that's when we see Joe Fixit come in, and he's telling Kingpin that he's going to pay for that desk. And Kingpin's like, I don't think so. And he has one of his bodyguards try and shoot, and, Joe Fixit. It doesn't work. Joe Fixit actually kind of laughs. The bodyguard actually turns on Mr. Berengeti and tells Joe Fixit that if he doesn't stand down, he's going to kill his boss. Joe Fixit just states if he does that, then nobody's going to leave the room alive, kind of thing. As soon as Joe Fixit gives that answer, Spider-Man, from the ceiling, twerps, shoots the guy's gun and gets it away from him. And then after that, Kingpin runs towards Joe Fixit, trying to, just beat the situation down. And such glorious fashion, but he runs into Joe Fixit like it is a brick wall and nothing happens. Slams in, his fist, and, nothing happens. It gets to the point where Wilson Fisk is like, this is impossible, and Joe Fixit's like, that's it, I've had enough. He just grabs Wilson Fisk, slams him on the ground. They do show a scene where the whole casino just, the whole building shakes, and the clientele thinks it's an earthquake. They show what, Wilson Fisk looks like after Joe got a hold of him. And then after that, it's pretty much just, Joe Fixit telling him to basically say uncle, and then he's like, well, say uncle in French and say uncle in Pig Latin, and then eventually Mr. Berengeti's like, all right, let him go. Kingpin leaves, and Joe Fixit and Spider-Man kind of have a brief moment. Spider-Man is taken care of by Mr. Berengeti, and he's told that he's going to be set up with an account, a room with gambling funds, whatever he needs. Spider-Man, he kind of tries to turn it away, but Mr. Berengeti insists, and eventually Joe Fixit escorts Peter Parker to the top VIP lounge floor of the casino or something like that. The last page in the book, we do get this scene where it's Wilson Fisk leaving the casino. There is that security officer, and he basically is like, hey, you got some blood on you, and then we see that Wilson Fisk instantly kills him because he mentioned that. And now Kingpin, all that he says after that is that he has, he's going to kill Joe Fixit, basically. And that's where this book leaves us off at. There is, right here before I go on to my final thoughts, there is this page, and it was, super useful, but it basically tells the story of Joe Fixit in comics, where he first started. Of course, Hulk #1 because of the printing error, but then when Peter David, stepped in with his 12-issue series, and then kind of, because he's popped in even in Immortal Hulk. But that is this book. But my first thoughts that I would give you is, this is how you're supposed to do a character that a lot of people aren't familiar with, or a new group, or a new character, period. You catch us up. The first page was great. It gave you this whole synopsis of who he is, how he exists. The last page went into detail, hey, if you really want to learn about him, and they gave you these little paragraphs of information, and, told you where the comics were so you could go read a Joe Fixit. This book was great. It was simple, I mean, of course, but at the same time, it was everything I wanted it to be. It reminded me of that puny god moment in Avengers. When, you know, Joe went up against Kingpin, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to see. And it was kind of funny how the whole Spider-Man thing played out, because it went kind of exactly the way he thought it was going to go. Kingpin learned this valuable lesson that he can't just walk over everybody. But hands down, this issue is phenomenal. The art was stellar. The story was fantastic. I'm pretty sure Peter David is not going to let Joe Fixit fans down, especially since he's the one that kind of, you know, gave the origin to, you know, Joe Fixit, and has been there, it seems, the whole journey. Hey, that's my review. Let me know down below if you picked this up. Are you a Hulk fan or a Joe Fixit fan? Is there a difference? There should be. No, I don't know. Hey, that's what I got for you. Let me know down below your thoughts. I might have another review for you. Might not. I don't know. We'll have to see. I will see you guys later. Bye!